Alright, here's a transformation question where they give you this graph up here and they say transform it according to one of those things down there. So we're picking 67. So when I look at the transformations, first I see that I'm going to have to move to the left 2, and then here I'm going to have to flip it over the x-axis, and then I'm going to have to move it up 1. Again, the order that you do these things in is important. Now there's no b transformation, that's the thing in front of the x, it's just a 1, so there's nothing that I have to do for b. And now, so what I do is I take each point and I transform it. So I have minus 7, 0, that's the first point. Okay, the first thing to do is c, that's this one, so I need to move to the left 2. So if I'm at minus 7, I'm going to wind up at minus 9. Now the y value doesn't change, I'm just changing the x value. So I went left 2, I'm at minus 9. Then I need to do a, which is the thing up front, so that takes the y value and times it by a negative 1. In other words, changes its sign. So the y value currently is 0. If I times that by a negative 1, it just stays at 0. And then finally, d is plus 1. I have to move it up 1, so I have to add 1 to all the y values. So my y value is 0, so I have to add 1 to it, so it'll be negative 1 and a positive 1. Okay, now they tell you to graph this too, so on my graph over here to the right, I would go over 9 and up 1, that'd be my first point. Okay, and so this point here, I'll put it in blue, this point here is the transformed point of that one there. Okay, let's try one more. So minus 5, 4 is the point that they're, the initial point, that's that one right there. And I want to transform that. Same thing, so there's no b value. I start with the c value, it means 2 left. So if I'm at minus 5, if I go 2 left, then I'd be at minus 7, and still my y value is the same. Then I had the a value, I need to times the y values by a negative 1. So the negative 7 is not a y value, but the 4, if I times it by a negative 1, changes to a minus 4. Okay, so that's C and A done. Now D, D, I need to move things up 1. So if I'm at minus 4 and I move up 1, it would be minus 3. So my next point is minus 9, minus 3. So minus 9, no, not minus 9. Where did I get a 9? That's supposed to be a minus 7. Because it shouldn't change from here to here. So minus 7. So minus 7 and minus 3 would be about right there. Since here they have a straight line between them, I would have a straight line between those 2 points too. Let's just do one more. So my point is minus 2, 4. That's the next one right there. Okay, C says move left 2. So if I'm at minus 2 and I move left, I'd be at minus 4. Keep the y value the same. Next one, the a value, it says to multiply the y values by a negative 1. So the x value stays the same, negative 4. And if I multiply this y value by a negative 1, it becomes negative 4. Okay, so that's the a value. Now the d values move up 1. So I have a minus 4, and then if I have to move up 1, it'd be at a minus 3. So my next point is minus 4 and minus 3 be right about there, if there's a 4 in there. Again, the line here is a straight line, so I would just draw a straight line between those. Okay, so I've done 3 of the points. I'd probably want to do, like there's 3 more, 4, 5. There's 6 more points that you could do with that one. On a test, I probably won't give you one that has so many points like that. I might give you something like that where there's only 4 or 5 points that you have to transform. Alright, hopefully that helps you with that transformation.